Alright. Hello everybody, welcome back to Cube 2 and what should be the final part of it. Now, I know from the achievements that there are in fact two different endings to this game. So with that, I will be showing both endings. I know that we had Observer that also had two endings, but I only showed the one. But that was because with Observer, the ending, to be fair, I did go back and replay that game later to get the rest of my achievements on it. The endings really weren't all that different. I mean, they were like shockingly similar. Like you would think based on what the choice was at the end, it would be like a really different ending. It wasn't. But with that game, to get the different ending, I would have had to restart the entire game and go all the way through to the end. And I wasn't going to do that just to show like what may be a slightly different ending. And I'm glad I didn't after going back and replaying it. This one, on the other hand, there should be chapter select that I'm assuming, since that's where chapter 11 shows, or like that's where like the words come up for chapter 11, that's where it's going to start me.
And this is our heart, our soul. Reconnect us to ourselves, our children. We will energize and leave this place. We will all survive together. Us and man.
All right. And so yeah, with that, I imagine that the what am I doing? Anyway, I imagine that the so that has to be there. That has to be there. How am I supposed to do that? Anyway, like I was saying, I imagine that the ending to this one is going to be a lot closer together. They're not going to be as because I see this going one of two ways for the ending. Okay, I need a block like on this. Where either A, like after like really soon we get the option. Oh, I get it now. We get the option of which, because according to the achievements, it's like, hey, which wire do you want to follow? So either we'll get that really soon, or we'll get that much later. Either way, I imagine that the ending itself isn't going to take too long. Because, like, I just can't really see it taking all that long. Okay, so if I just, like, delete that now, oh, but that actually puts the cube further away. Come on. Oh, whoops. There we go. Okay, you... Oh, fucking hell. Okay, you bring that back over. I think I see how I'm supposed to do this. And I don't remember what I was talking about. Oh, yeah. Well, that didn't work the way I wanted it to. Either the thing will be really early and then, like, there'll be puzzles after it, or more likely, the thing will be really late and there won't be any puzzles at all after it. So, I'm gonna guess the really late one. But obviously, I don't know that for sure. So, we'll see. Like I said, hopefully, we'll be able to... because, like, if it is the really late one, then we'll be able to do it all in the same part. Like, we'll show the first ending and then immediately show the second one. Oh, I think I see how I'm supposed to do this. And if it is a later one, or if it is earlier, and and there's puzzles after it, I may have to make it two parts where it's like, hey, here's ending A, like the blue wire ending, and here's the red wire ending, right? So we'll see how it goes. I imagine, based on other games like this, it's just going to be a choice like right at the end. Like there's not going to be any puzzles after it, especially based off the first one of these, where the very end of it was just like a dead sprint. Okay, so I got... No, I probably need a green cube there. The red thing will push it, but it's not going to be gooped. Does this turn on all of them or just that one? Just that one. I wonder if this will work. It did not. Okay, so I can goop it then. And then if I do that, just wipe. Oh, actually, I don't want that there yet. I just want that to stop there. Perfect. But yeah, hopefully that's how it'll work. So I can just like quickly pop in, go through the puzzles again, which should, in theory, be easier the second time around, and then okay. And then we can just show both endings, one right after the other, and we'll be good to go. Okay, well, I don't actually care about that, because that shouldn't even come into play anymore, right? Like, these things should just be to goop it up. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Oh, unless I need to... Would that make sense? No, because I can't activate this. Actually, come to think of it, I can't activate this one without pushing the cube, and there's no way I'm getting all the way up there. Oh, but you know what might work? I do this. Now, I don't think this is the way it's intended to be done, but I will do it. This way. Oh, fucking hell. This way anyway. So I'll push that. Right. And then I'll slide it back. Push that in. Now, hopefully this will give... Shit. Shit. Okay, anyway. It'll still be doable. I think I can still do it this way. Okay, I need to do that. I need to do that. Okay, push it back. Do that. This. Okay, that actually happened to... Wait a minute, that didn't... It didn't even make it all the way over there. What the fuck just happened? Yeah, I want to try this one more time. But I'm not even gonna do like the whole thing. I'm just gonna push it. And then like push it back and see what happens. Because like it didn't even make it all the way to the wall. Right? Yeah, it just dead stops right there for some reason. Which makes no sense whatsoever. Oh, but you know what I probably could do? What will that goop? That'll goop that. Okay, I feel like that shouldn't happen, but whatever. Okay, so this will let me goop that up. Oh, but then I guess when I move it... But I can't goop the group. Oh, well... Would that still work? I don't think that would. Okay. That definitely won't work. keep there. Okay, now let's see. If I move this back and then back, will it... Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Okay, yeah. Nope, back. Once again, doubt that this is the way it was meant to work, but... Oh, so close. Oh, but you know what I can do? Okay, and then just like a little... There we go. Oh boy. This might actually fucking work. Now, once again, highly, highly doubt this is how it's supposed to work. Like, there's absolutely no way this is how it's supposed to work. But I'm gonna go for it anyway. Okay, so that pushes that through there, which sets that on fire, which hits that and sets it on fire. Then I can use that. Fucking nailed it. Once again, I'm not exactly sure how you're supposed to do that one. I thought I had it twice, but it bounces really weird when you send it backwards. So I'm just gonna go with that way to do it. Once again, I imagine there was supposed to be a lot more fire involved somehow, but the way that you have to... Although, I guess you can... Yeah, I think I just had a different way pop into my head that it very easily could have been done. Also, I like my entire hands changing color now, or is it just the lights in here? This must be the light in here. Alright, so this is obviously I need to grab... Can I move this back and forth? I can... Okay. I don't even know how powerful this magnet is, or necessarily where it is. Alright, so that's right there. Okay, so that goes there, and then I imagine I'm gonna need like all of these. Although I think this one will have to be that. Alright, so let's see. Boom. That goes up, goes over, positions it over there, and it drops. Alright, so now that comes back, and what does that do? Okay, so that turns on that. Okay, so that would get both of them going. That could boop it that way. That maybe. Fire as well. Okay, so I think... shit. How is that one gonna... Okay, well, let's see how this works. Alright. Right, I kind of need that the other way to catch it. Oops. My bad. Let's try this again. Scoop it up. There we go. Let's catch it this time. Okay, let's stand it up. Because now this will fling it, and it should hopefully line up. We can check with this one. It should. Oh, fucking hell. Back up. That should open up that. Perfect. Now let's see what is in here and what does this do. This, I imagine, starts the fire. No? I don't even see a fucking wire. Oh, there's... Or does that do the fan? Oh, okay. So it raises and lowers that. So am I supposed to somehow catch something... Oh, you know, I bet you I have to fling something over the top. It'll come down. Although that doesn't really make much sense, because... What the hell would this platform look like? Okay, so I can change that so that it just continues to go. Oh, I know what that thing is for. It is to do this. It is so that when the thing comes down, okay, it gets blocked. All right, so I imagine that that has something to do with the ball, although so that would stop it. Okay, so let's try that. And then that one would need to be blue as well, but I think I would need to wait for it. Okay, so the ball will roll down, it'll roll across there, hit that, come back. And then with that, I can... But that should be enough for us to get up. I don't know what the hell this whole upper part thing is for. Because, I mean, even like this, that, like, nothing's getting up and over that. I don't know. But this starts the fire, right? Okay. So if we do this now, roll that way. Now I start the fire and hit blue there. That'll bounce it back. That'll bounce it that way. And voila. But now what does that... Oh, I bet you I need to do... Is there something else up there? Because now I bet you... Because that'll obviously prevent that. So I bet you now I need to roll another ball, maybe? Is there like a target up there or something? I don't... Okay, so I think this is just to get me across there. So I need to get a cube in there that I can ride on, and then it hits that, and then I jump on it. And then when I lower this, it'll shoot me that way and then fling me across, I guess. But now... Because I can't ride on the ball, right? Like, where's the ball? Like, I can't... Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay, so the ball is worthless. So, you know what? Let's actually just get rid of it by doing this. Because that should just delete the ball, basically. Although, I will say, there seems to be another thing right there. So... Let's actually put that on hold for a second. Do that, do that. Oh, whoops. That. Also, did I do that wrong? I did. Okay. Now that should go into that hole then. Bonk. Cross. Now, what do you do? Oh. Block that as well. Okay. Interesting. All right. So I need another goop cube. What happened to my last? What did my last Q.U.B.E cube do? Open... Just open that, it looks like, so... Which, to be fair, could I have done that with the... I guess I probably could have done it with the ball. I mean, the ball gets magnetized as well. Oh, but then the Q.U.B.E cube... I don't have a way of getting the Q.U.B.E cube over here. Right? Like, I don't have any way of sending the Q.U.B.E cube down this path. Ah. I can only send it those ways. So I need... Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so what does that do? That just makes that go there. So there's no point in getting rid of it because it doesn't do anything harmful. I don't have any way of getting a cube to sit on that, and there wouldn't really be much of a point to it anyway. So unless there's maybe another button in there and I have to send the ball through it, that's the only thing that I can think of right now. Although, no, I can't do that because that... Or was that... No, that was a blue one. So that's fine, actually. Let's just delete that. And then I don't... Okay, and then I do that, and then that should send it up. Okay, and then the hill actually slowed it down enough. Okay, and then the wall stops it. I'm gonna hop on. Okay, now I still can't ride the ball. And then that'll get it going. That'll boop it across. And it looked like there was just stairs leading down over there. So, I mean, everything there worked, but I just don't have any way of getting across with the ball. Oh, fucking hell. Like, that's my only issue, right? Is that I can't go with it. Fuck. And that just does nothing. That would fuck me even more. That's purely to get that other cube there. So, I mean, if we... But I can't ride on the cube is my issue. Does standing up here help me? It does, actually. It does help me more, because I can just drop off. Okay, and once it makes it past... I guess the goop doesn't really matter for the ball, would it? At this point, like, I don't know if it, like, speeds it up or anything, but... That gets into place. Yeah, like, I can't get on the ball. I'm not going to be able to do anything with it. How am I supposed to... Oh, maybe I need to... Hang on. Okay, let's put you out. Let's do that. And actually, I do believe I need you flipped like that. Drop you, catch you, pick you up. Now then, if I fling you that way, do you actually have enough space? I bet you that's all it takes, right? And I'll just keep you. Okay, and that sits there, which is really awkward. But that's fine, because I can just get rid of the ball in a second there. Ow. Oh, or the ball can get rid of itself in a second. That'll work beautifully. Come on, keep going, ball. Keep going. Keep going. And away. And away. And off. Perfect. All right. There we go. I forgot that I don't know how it took... Oh... My lord. I fucked it up anyway. It's a botch job. I botched it. Oh, well, maybe. Ah, fuck you. That should have worked. I can't believe I fucked it up there. Alright. I need to fucking get rid of this thing. Now, hopefully with that, the cube will make it back. At least, the way I fucked it up at least lets me reset it. Oh, whoops. Come on, raise up. There we go. On it. Although I don't like that it was, like, blowing a little bit there. Alright, let's try this again. Except this time... There we are. Oh my, look at all the fucking statues here. Jesus Christ. Like, holy hell.
Amelia, follow the blue energy to our mind. Imbue the infinity gift to us, and in return, we shall give our knowledge and help you restore humanity and your life.
Millie, that red cable. It leads to the room that is powering its mind. Follow it, and I will start overloading your suit's manipulation energy. We can kill this thing. We can save everyone.
Okay, so this right here is the choice. So, like, we have the blue ending and the red ending. Now, the red ending sounds like I'm gonna die, right? Like that, like, we're gonna kill this thing, but it really does sound like I'm gonna die. And the blue one, it's like, if they're telling the truth, that'll be good. If they're not telling the truth, then obviously that's bad. So, all it comes down to who you trust more, but since the achievement isn't just to reach the end, but there's an achievement for each one, we're going to do both. So let's start with the blue one, shall we? And we'll go and do this, because, I mean, I really have no idea who I should be trusting here. Like, everything they said seemed to be legit. Like I said, the way that the stuff works doesn't really make sense for, like, this is the inner workings of our body. But once again, if they're also, the cables are going the same way. And, in fact, combine. So, I mean, what the fuck's the difference? If they're just gonna go together, like, was there really no actual difference?
When I found you, I reached out, and you connected with me. It was blissful. It was unique. I could see that they were frightened. They wanted to separate us. I could not let you go. I held on tight. I held on with all my might. Slowly, we turned them and made them one of us. We escaped, and I returned you, helping you grow. Our minds together, our minds building a new world. Now, it is time for me to sleep, to wait for you to awake me, to learn the truth that is my heart.
Okay. It's weird that they were talking to me as me, but whatever.
We meant no harm, Amelia. We came to share knowledge, to understand people. If we were hurt by your kind, we had to know. Is there a logical good in you? One chance, one test, one choice. Redemption.
I saw what we are. I saw what we did to you. I understand what you must have thought.
You chose knowledge. You chose to learn. To understand us.
Yes. I chose my future. Humanity can learn. I will teach her when she is old enough.
We can help you. We can help you define your future.
We can help you become one. We
Yeah,
can
that's what
help
I
you
thought.
rebuild your world. Let us give you our sight.
Emma, of course. You were with me all along. Guiding, helping me see.
You have rewritten your future. Patience, kindness, empathy.
Are you ready?
I am.
Alright, so that was the blue ending. Now we'll go with the red one. It's obviously going to be really anticlimactic now that we've seen the other one. See, this is one of the reasons why they shouldn't have had this achievement, or like the separate achievements. They should have just been make it to the end. Because like something like this, right? Like this decision, like the reveal that they were the same person and all that. It's good the first time, but like even if like I don't play this game now for like years and just for whatever reason decide to turn it back on, I'm gonna remember that they're the same person, and it's gonna be super anticlimactic.
When I found you, I reached out, and you
Like,
connected with me. It was blissful.
it's
it was
so
unique. I could see that they were
crap,
frightened.
right?
They wanted to separate us.
Like,
I could not let you go. I held on tight. I held on.
and like the fact that like
slowly we turned them and made them.
and like I don't
us.
understand what
We
this is.
escaped, and I returned you.
Like this, I have no
Grow.
fucking clue what the hell this is all
Our
about.
minds together, our minds building a new world. Now
But, like,
it's time for me to sleep, to wait for you to awake me, to learn the truth that is my heart.
And like their test isn't very good considering that like what if they just get a dick human? I mean, they wanted to understand humans. It's like there's a good chance that
meant no harm.
yeah, whatever. Hopefully it is a different ending.
We came to share knowledge, to understand your people.
Okay.
But we were hurt by your kind. We have to know. Is there a logical good in you?
And I don't get the statues either.
One chance, one test, one choice. Redemption.
You chose to kill. Our knowledge is unsuitable. We are unsuitable.
I mean, but here's the thing, right? With humanity,
There is no Emma.
right?
Wait,
like there's gonna be people that
that's
want
not-
one way or
that's
the
not
other,
right.
right? It really
You
depends on the
manipulated me.
individual.
You can't do this. I want a future. Please, we all deserve a future.
Your action was not fair. We presented a logical choice.
There is more to life than logic. I want to survive. I want to live.
You will live forever in our knowledge.
That's not living,
But we
dude.
cannot
That's called a
allow you
memory.
to continue.
So, obviously, the Blue
Wait.
Wire is, if they make a sequel,
Please.
the Blue Wire is going to be the choice.
Please.
Like, the canon choice. Oh, so, like, each of those... Oh, see, so now I'm glad I did the other one. Because each of those statues was somebody who chose wrong. Was somebody who made it through and chose wrong. So, but the real question is, though, is each of those statues a person? Like, a human who chose wrong? Or is each of those statues like a different race that just seems to be like weirdly humanoid? Because like either one of those could be true, but once again they shouldn't have had, because like both of those endings were good. Like, don't get me wrong, both those endings were good, but if you have to go back to get the second ending, it loses a lot because you know the twist that Emma isn't real. So, like, it's kind of like, once again, they shouldn't have had the separate achievements. They should have just done it where it's like one achievement, beat the game or something, right? Just like bog standard, whatever. But then, because then, like, you know, you get your ending and you stick to your ending. If you want to go back and see the other ending, that's fine. But you don't necessarily, I don't know. I guess if they separate the achievements, it means that odds are more people go back and get both endings. Because like a game like this, I imagine even people who don't hunt for achievements would probably still get them, because there's only like the 2 that are technically missable, even though I happen to miss the one because just my Xbox wasn't giving me achievements the day I recorded that. So I need to like start the game and go back to the green power up and acquire it, but whatever. It's going to make it look like I somehow cheated in the game, because that achievement should obviously have been gotten a long time before, but don't care. So yeah, I mean, it was a good game. It did have way more of a story than Q.U.B.E. 1. And like the fact that you were talking to someone, even though that person turned out to be, you know, non-existent, or like not really like you talked to 2 different people, although they were the same people, right? But it was, I don't know, it was weird because like you still don't know, like, because at the end this was all a test. So were we really on Earth? Were we not? Who knows? I mean, there was a helicopter. Now that thing at the end there says something about to find us and then separate us. That whole thing, I have no idea what that's about. Like that last elevator ride up, I have absolutely no clue what any of that is about. Like having played through the game and that, I have no idea. Zero ideas about what that conversation or like what that statue thing was. But to be fair, same with the rest of the statues, I have no idea. Like, if it was an individual person, why was there multiple voices coming out of each statue that we talked to, right? Like, if each statue is supposed to be a person who failed, why were we getting more than that one person's voice out of it, right? Like, it could be that that person's voice and the other voice we were hearing was the one, like, we had Emma, so maybe they had somebody else, and that's what we were hearing was the person that the Q.U.B.E people were impersonating for that individual. Maybe, I don't know. They didn't, like, there's no real way to know, right? Well, I mean, you might be able to look it up. Maybe somebody asked and maybe they explained a bit more online somewhere. I don't know. I'm not going to go look it up because you shouldn't have to go online to look up stuff for a game. Like, it should, like, when you finish the game, you should know what happened, right? And I know the majority of what happened. If you go with the red wire, it's like, oh, like, it says that you weren't worthy. And that, but, like, I don't know if that means, like, Amelia herself isn't worthy. Or, like, and so they, like, erased her. Or if, like, humanity itself is not worthy. And, like, they just wiped out humanity. They're like, fuck it, everything's dead. Because, like, I feel like that's stupid, like, for, like, beings that are supposed to be, like, all this knowledgeable and everything, right? They should, and they came here to study us, then they should know that their choice at the end would be impacted, like, the person's decision would be impacted by who that person was, what that person went through in their life and everything, right? Like, there's going to be some people like, I made it to the end. I chose blue first because that's what I would have chosen, right? But, like, I could very easily have also been red. Like, I was probably, like, 60-40 blue. Like, when I made it to the end, my decision was about 60-40 towards blue, so I did blue first. But it would have been nothing for me to go red, like, because they didn't really make it, and I thought there was supposed to be fucking chapter select when you're done. Anyway, that has been Q.U.B.E 2. Next week, I don't know if I'll do another puzzle game. I have a couple different puzzle games. Obviously, it won't be Q.U.B.E. But I have a couple different puzzle games. I have another game that I kind of want to do, but at the same time, I don't, because it's another open world game, and with both Assassin's Creed and Spider-Man going now, it would probably be a lot, especially considering that, like, Spider-Man, I'm probably going to have stuff to do in between every part, and Assassin's Creed, I think I've got a part or two left before I'll have to do stuff on there, but it's still obviously going to come up. So it'll probably be another puzzle game next week, but we'll see. Thanks everybody for watching, and I hope you enjoyed Q.U.B.E 2.